Hey guys, Ben Dorr here, Executive Director for Minnesota Gun Rights. I know we just got off of the American Firearms Coalition show, but I do have breaking news tonight. Breaking news tonight, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. Get on here very quickly, and I'm going to give you the breaking news that is coming at us tonight for Minnesota. I told you guys that we are moments away. It seems, from the end of the 2019 legislative session. And we have breaking news tonight. And that is that, let's see here. I'm going to throw this up really quickly. Done. We're going to drop this on here. I'm going to get this started. Guys, let me know where you're watching from really quickly here. We're going to get this. This is going to be very quick. Going to be a very quick video tonight. Sorry to pull you back in here another time after our show. Let's see here. We're going to stay on this page. All right. I apologize, guys. I'm back. The breaking news is that tomorrow at 10 a.m., the special session of the Minnesota Legislature will kick off. The special session of the Minnesota Legislature. I'm just going to read you a little bit of this right here. This is from the House Legislative website. They just made this announcement a little bit ago. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., it says Governor Walz has issued a proclamation calling for a special legislative session to begin at 10 a.m. on Friday after reaching an agreement with House Speaker Melissa Hortman and Senate Majority Leader Mr. Rogers, Paul Gazelka. They don't actually call him Mr. Rogers, but they should. I'm going to pin a couple of comments here very quickly for you guys. Before you do anything else, please do us a favor and send an email right away through our action center. Send an email and tell them to stop. Do not pass any gun control during this special session. How you doing, Karen? Karen's checking in. She says she hasn't been able to talk to us all winter because Facebook's messing with her. So how you doing, Karen? She's fantastic, by the way. Let's see here. So we're going to keep going. The agreement calls for a 1 day. We told you it'll either be 1 day, 2 days, maybe 3 days at the most is what we were hearing. But it's going to be a 1 day special session to pass the remaining budget bills needed to fund the state government during the upcoming biennium. The session is to adjourn before 7 a.m. on Saturday under the terms of this agreement. It says, this is important, listen to this. It says, the agreement confines legislative activity during the session to the remaining budget bills and says legislative leaders will not support amendments to the bills except where agreed upon by the leaders and the governor. So that is, well, that's good to start because here's what we know. Both the speaker, the governor, and the Senate Majority Leader have agreed, at least previously, that no gun control is going to be in any of these budget bills. So it's very unlikely that during this 1 day special session, Jamie, that's the breaking news. The breaking news is the special session has been announced by Governor Tim Walz. It will kick off tomorrow at 10 a.m. and it is to adjourn before or by 7 o'clock a.m. on Saturday. So it's going to be less than a 24-hour session. So, and like I said, like I just read right here, it's supposed to be confined to only the remaining budget bills and no amendments are to be taken except for those that have been agreed upon by all parties. And the last we heard, the last we know, is that all parties, all the leaders have agreed that no gun control will be passed. Now, again, there are politicians. Politicians love to lie. Politicians love to spin. They are professionals. We do not trust them at all, even though, again, it seems very unlikely, very unlikely. So I'm asking you guys right now, yet tonight, there's a link on top of this video. There's a link in the comment section. There's a link that I am pinning in the watch party right here. Send an email through this action center telling your lawmakers to oppose all gun control. Okay? And if everything goes according to plan, guys, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're coming out the other side of this. The other side of this. But it's very possible. It's likely even that by this time on Saturday, session will be completely over and gun control will be stopped. But we've got to keep the pressure up. One last time, guys. I'm asking you one last time. Charge into this one more time with me, this legislative session, and let's see this through. Send your pre-written emails. If you have friends, family, pro-gun people who think as you think, just grab that link to this action center, send it right to them, and have them do the same thing. I don't care where they live. As long as they live in Minnesota, the link will work for them. Send it to them. Say, hey, guys, we're wrapping up this fight. Go ahead. Please click, click, click. Enter their information one time only and just press send. It's all pre-written. There's a pre-written phone script. There's a pre-written tweet in there. And there's a pre-written email. You don't have to look up your lawmakers. You don't have to know their name. You don't have to know anything. All you have to do is press send. The system will know based upon where you live who represents you. So it takes all the guesswork out. It takes all the nonsense out. You don't have to sit there and Google, oh gosh, who represents me? Oh, what phone number will work? What email? What do I say? It's all there. It'll take 2 seconds. Seriously, send the pre-written email tomorrow. Minnesota gun rights will be at the Capitol, making sure that every lawmaker knows the price that they will pay if they try to ram this through in the last moments of this legislative session. We'll have Facebook Live videos for you from the Capitol. It's going to be tremendous. The politicians are not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy at all, but that's okay. We do not care. We don't want them to be happy when we're around. If they're happy that we're there, then we're not doing our job, because these are politicians. Brant says, does anybody know if the session will be on broadcast on that morning? We would assume so. If you go on the legislative website, they usually have a live stream link there, and I would assume it would be live the entire time. If not, well, wouldn't surprise me a bit out of these politicians. It's pretty standard for these people. So it wouldn't surprise me a bit. Let's see here. Andrew says, make sure you have your caffeine IV ready. I don't need caffeine. I don't know if anybody knows this. I don't need caffeine when I'm at the Capitol. I feed off of the negative energy of politicians who hate our Second Amendment freedom. And when it's go time, when it's time to fight, you can't hold me back. You can't hold back the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. So we'll leave the IV with the caffeine to everybody else. We're ready to rock and roll. Dan, I'm going to run through this one more time. It says, what's this all about? The breaking news. The special session has been announced by Governor Tim Walz. The special session will take place tomorrow from 10 a.m., and it is to adjourn no later than 7 a.m. on Saturday. So what is that? That's going to be a 21-hour session at the most. It's the last day. It's the last day. If everything, of course, I mean, if they decide to change something, if they decide to extend it, if it's not enough time, blah, 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 they can do all this crap. They can do whatever they want. But what they have announced is that the agreed upon special session is to take place tomorrow from 10 a.m. and it is to adjourn no later than 7 a.m. on Saturday. And since so far all parties have agreed, all the leadership has agreed that they're not going to piss off the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights any more than they already have, and they're not going to be passing any gun control through in this special session. We don't believe them. We don't take any of this stuff at face value. So that's why I'm asking you guys to pour on the pressure one more time. One more time. Fight with us. Call your lawmakers tomorrow or call them tonight. Leave a message. I don't care which one, but call them. Call them one more time. Call them one more time. Tell them to shut it down. Tell them we won't give them an inch. They will not be forgiven any betrayals of our Second Amendment rights, and we will come after them with everything we've got. With everything we got, and we got a lot. We got a lot. And they hate us for it, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to fight them every step of the way. So make the phone calls, send your emails, do it tomorrow. Because if everything goes according to plan here, tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow's the last day. We don't expect them to extend this any longer. It is a holiday weekend. Everybody wants to go home. Nobody wants to be there anymore. And so, that's what we expect. We expect this to be over very quickly. And we have to make sure that no gun control is passed in the last remaining minutes of the 2019 legislative session, this special session. Again, Minnesota Gunners, we will be there all day tomorrow, making politicians very unhappy, but that's okay. That's our job. It's our job to hold the line. It's your job. Stand with us. Hold the line with us. So send your pre-written email. If you're not a member of Minnesota Gun Rights, go to joinmgr.com. Get on board now. There's no better time. No better time. The members of MGR have held this line. We are holding this line to the tune of 120,000 emails being sent from our membership into St. Paul and into D.C. opposing red flag gun seizure legislation and universal gun registration. Okay? So we've got to get it done here. That is the power in St. Paul. That's the reason gun control is being shut down. But I need you to take action one more time. One more time. John, my goodness, John says, I've delayed my moving from Minnesota for a year thanks to MGR. I hope that's a good thing, John. Stick around. We need patriots. We need fighters. We need people to keep fighting this. Ryan says, let's keep fighting them. I love it. Andrew says, on this short session, that's when sneaky crap happens. They hope no one is paying attention. Well, we are. They don't call us Old Eagle Eye for nothing. I don't think they actually call us that, but we don't care. They call us far worse names than that, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to fight. We're going to fight all the way through the end. So please send your pre-written email one last time. One last time. The special session is to take place tomorrow at 10 a.m., and it is to adjourn no later than 7 a.m. on Saturday. So it's going to be a very short, it's going to be a 23-hour special session for them to hammer through all the rest of their budget bills. Now, those bills are all garbage. They're garbage bills. They fleece gun owners. They fund the worst stuff. A lot of it terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But our job is to make sure that no gun control passes in those bills. And guys, you're doing spectacularly. So that's what I've got. I'm going to hop off for the rest of the night. Thank you all for coming on here. Again, thank you for coming on so late, especially after our Second Amendment Daily Show, the American Firearms Coalition show. Oh, and one last message, one last note. I personally have received a 7-day ban, from Facebook because I was personally commenting on things. I'm known to be a little bit of a flamethrower. I didn't even say anything that really even violates so-called Facebook's community standards. So if you're sending me messages, I might not be able to respond. If you want to hear back right away, shoot messages to the Minnesota Gun Rights Facebook page. We can comment there. Or if you want to send me a message, for those of you who are friends with me, I know Brian is, Matthew is, Ryan, James, Teresa, if you guys want to communicate with me personally, please do send me your phone numbers. If you send a message you need to hear back, I can at least communicate with you that way. But I want to make that clear. I didn't want you guys to think I was ignoring you for a week. So I thought I'd drop that in there. So that's what I've got. Guys. Send your pre-written emails. Make those phone calls. Pour on the heat. One more time, we dive into this fight. One more time, we hammer this legislature. One more time, we put the fear of God into the hearts of these politicians who so desperately want to take away your rights to keep and bear arms, your ability to protect your families, your friends, your neighbors, your communities. Stand and fight with us one more time. Send your messages. Go to joinmgr.com, become a member of Minnesota Gun Rights, and I'll have live updates for you from the Capitol in St. Paul tomorrow. All right, we'll talk soon. Have a good night. Carry on.